Hi folks, today I wanted to talk to you about why a body-based or somatic approach can be so much more helpful when you are in a state of stress or in a state of negative thoughts or emotions. So the first thing that it's really helpful for us to remember is that when we are kind of in a negative, stressful state, then that means that there are already stress hormones running through our bodies. So we're already in fight or flight. We are already feeling tense. We might feel like our body's constricted, our jaw's clenching. We might have kind of the same thoughts looping through our brain, through our mind over and over again that we can't seem to stop. And so oftentimes you might try to problem solve your way out of this state. You might try to say affirmations or mantras. But a body-based approach can be the quickest and most effective way to break the circuit here. And here are some of the reasons why. So the first thing that we want to think is in terms of the statement, state over story. So when you are in a stressful state, your nervous system is not feeling regulated. And an dysregulated nervous system is basically saying to your body, I'm not safe. This is not a safe situation. And this belief is transferred to your mind. So your mind is tuning into the body and it's saying, okay, there's something going on here. The body is basically signaling to me, because our body is always communicating, right? Like our whole system communicates. So the nervous system is signaling to me that something here is not safe. So when you're at that point, trying to utilize rational and logical thinking is not going to help, because your mind's already getting that signal from the body. So doing just a little bit of somatic movement to bring your nervous system back into a regulated state will then signal to the mind that you are safe, and it is safe to start, problem solving and start coming up with a rational approach. The second reason why somatic practice is so beneficial in this instance is that when you're in this state, you are already releasing stress hormones. So hormones like adrenaline, cortisol, they are already being produced in the body as a byproduct. And so it only makes sense to do some sort of movement to get rid of and use up some of these stress hormones. Because if you are sitting and trying to think through the problem, the stress hormones are continuing to surge through your body. They're not having any opportunity for release. And so your body's going to continue to feel wound up even while your mind is trying to navigate the situation and problem solve. So it's like two opposing conditions are at war with each other. The third reason is that we are utilizing a bottom-up approach with somatic practices versus a top-down approach. And so we can use rational thought, we can use our prefrontal cortex when the body is actually calm. That's when the brain, when the mind can come back online and start to think through problems and come up with rational solutions. So in order for that to happen, in order for the rational mind to come back online, we need to put our body back into a safe space first, and this is done through the bottom-up approach. So doing, again, some sort of movement, whether it's some shaking, whether it's some swaying, whether it's some tapping and breathing. EFT is a beautiful practice for this, but there are so many practices. This allows your body to come back into a regulated state, and then for your rational thinking to be used properly again. The fourth reason is that when you are utilizing somatic practices, it is indicating to your body that it is safe in this moment to be utilizing these practices, right? So it's bringing your body back into the present, and it's reminding your body that yes, we are doing this movement right now, and we're doing this movement because we're safe to do so. So again, bringing the focus back into the body. And the last reason is that when we are feeling stressed or overwhelmed, and we are maybe utilizing affirmations or mantras to tell ourselves, everything's going to be okay, I'm going to be fine. If the state that you're in is contradicting that and your mind is not believing it, then your mind's just going to fire back and say, I don't believe you. We're not going to be fine. So instead of trying to kind of have this back and forth with your mind, shifting right into the body and utilizing some body-based approaches will stop that conversation that you're having with your mind, will regulate your nervous system, and then will allow you to be able to then come back to the mind and feel a little bit more grounded and regulated. So let me know in the comments if this resonates for you, if you've tried any somatic practices that you have found to be very effective, or if you are now open to trying some somatic practices now that I've given you some great reasons to give it a try. And remember, it doesn't have to be anything hard. So again, you can do some gentle rocking back and forth. You can just, rock back and forth on your heels, or lift your heels up and let them kind of gently fall down to the ground. You can do some tapping on the body. I love to tap. It's one of my favorite practices. So just even tapping the thymus, you'll see how that brings you back into a calmer state. You can do some dancing, anything that really utilizes your physical body over your mind for the time being. Thank you for listening, and I hope that you found this beneficial. Have a great day.